Sometimes love doesn't bring peace. It brings exhaustion, not from others, but from understanding too much. A man who feels deeply sees everything, and that's what makes him the hardest man to love. Sometimes you meet a man, quiet, respectful, intelligent, full of understanding. He looks at you in a way that feels like he sees you, not through words, but through silence. But the more time passes, the more you realize
so hard lately.
getting close to him isn't easy.
We'll get through this together.
He's not the kind of man who talks much or wears his heart on his sleeve. He's learned to absorb everything, so no one else has to feel the weight he carries. But that same silence can slowly build a wall between him and the one he loves. People say, he's cold, he pulls away, he doesn't let anyone in. But the truth is, he feels more than anyone. The difference is, he's learned how to control his emotions without making a sound. Since childhood, they told him, men don't cry. Be strong. Don't break. So he learned to hide his pain deep inside. And what came out of that was a kind heart, hidden behind walls of silence. Emotionally intelligent men don't just feel their own emotions, they feel everyone else's pain too. So much that sometimes they grow tired of understanding everything, and when someone truly loves them, they pull away, not out of indifference, but out of fear of causing hurt. That man, he wants you to be happy, even when he's breaking inside. He wants to protect you without needing to be a hero. He wants to love you without being seen. And that's what makes him so hard to love. But if you're patient, if you don't judge his silence, one day you'll see, beneath that calm face, there's a vast, honest heart overflowing with quiet love. A love that may not speak much, but is the deepest love you'll ever know. Some men don't love with words. They love with consistency, with silence, and with the way they look at you. Sometimes love means staying, even when no words are spoken. He looks at you but says nothing, not because he doesn't want to, but because words for him have always carried pain. You think he's grown distant, but he's only organizing his feelings, careful not to say something that could leave a scar. Emotionally intelligent men are always cautious, with their hearts, with yours, with the fragile space between. But too much caution builds walls, and slowly you start to feel distance from the very person sitting beside you. Not a physical distance, a distance of hearts.
Why won't you talk to me?
Because I don't want my words to tire you.
He thinks his silence protects you, but you see it as loneliness. The truth is, emotionally intelligent men don't just understand their own emotions. They understand yours, even before you speak. And that makes them believe they must carry every pain alone. But something in your eyes changes him. When you don't try to fix him, when you simply understand him, he feels safe. And there, he slowly learns to open again. For such a man, true love means freedom. It means having someone by his side who doesn't demand strength all the time. And if you stay, you'll realize, real love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's born in silence, when two souls understand each other without words. He's still the same quiet man, but now his silence feels peaceful, because he's finally found someone he doesn't need to explain himself to. Sometimes the strongest kind of love blooms from the calmest kind of silence. Sometimes healing begins with something as simple as a good morning, not with promises, not with tears, but with the gaze of someone who's still there. Neither of them says a word, but in that silence, there's a kind of peace, like the calm after a storm, when all that remains is the sound of the waves and the breath of the sea. Healing in love begins when you stop trying to win, when instead of trying to be right, you choose to understand.
I used to think you never understood me.
I just didn't want to show you my pain.
And right there, between those two sentences, a wall begins to fall. No more arguments, only acceptance. Sometimes healing doesn't come from words, but from touch. From the moment you realize neither of you is perfect, but together you're enough. The man whose silence once felt painful now carries peace within it. And the woman who once sought explanations has learned to live through feeling. This is where real love lives, where there's no running, no judgment, only presence. Two souls who no longer try to fix each other, but simply be. And maybe this is what love's maturity looks like. When you finally understand, no one's meant to save you. You're meant to grow together. True healing begins when your silence starts to sound like love. In the end, love isn't just about another person. It's a mirror, showing you, quietly and clearly, everything you've been hiding inside. They didn't come to complete you. They came to show you where you've been wounded, where fear still lives, and how deeply you can still love, even when it hurts. Every relationship is a teacher, a hard but necessary lesson. Some come to show you what love is. Others come to remind you who you are. The man finally understood. His problem wasn't a lack of feeling. It was the need to always be strong, even when he was breaking inside. And the woman realized, silence isn't always indifference. Sometimes it's a tired scream from a soul that doesn't know how to express its pain. There are no more questions now. No, why did you leave? No, why didn't you understand? Just a quiet knowing that love was never the destination, but the journey itself. Sometimes you have to walk away just to find yourself again, because no love is real if you lose yourself inside it. In the end, the man is still the same person, but quieter, more aware, and maybe, for the first time, ready for real love. Sometimes love doesn't stay to make you happy, it stays to wake you up. If this story spoke to your heart, take a moment and send it to someone who once struggled to understand love, but still believes in it. And remember, every feeling you've survived through love has shaped a deeper version of who you are. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any more exciting videos. And if you liked this one, hit that like button and subscribe. See you in the next video. Take care.